friends, and welcome to Getting Lippy with. My name's Imogen and this is a space where we can vent, chat and share our daily struggles in the hopes of helping others deal with theirs. In a world where it's difficult to open up, there's no difficulty over here at Getting Lippy with. Oh, I'm really excited for this episode because next to me I have Talia. I'm so buzzing, thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yay! So grab your cuppa of coffee, tea, biscuit, chocolate or whatever floats your boat, because whoever you are, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, let's get Lippy! Thanks as well for EOS for sponsoring this series. I'm so grateful. Honestly, I'm so buzzing. They're a lip balm company and they're sponsoring Getting Lippy with. And it matches us. We're pink today.
I know, right?
I was like, I didn't even message Talia and she has pink on. I'm so buzzing about that.
Pink on.
Yeah, do you? Yeah, actually you have lately. I've seen your Instagram. I'm like, wow, the pink is loving life.
It's become an issue.
If you haven't subscribed to Talia, by the way, you need to subscribe to Talia. Talia, what can I describe your channel as? Just amazing.
A daily struggle.
No.
I have no idea what.
Talia is the most talented friend of mine. Like, you genuinely are the most. No.
I'll take it.
No, you need to take it because your voice is an actual angel.
No.
Like, I remember I watched this one video. Obviously, I watch all of your covers and all that, but like, I watched this one video where you were showing people like you don't need auto-tune. And I was like, oh my god, this baby girl's literally coming out and saying, I'm unreal at And there was this one part at the end, and me and my little brother were watching because Hugo loves you, shout out to Hugo. Anyway, we were watching it, and there was that note, that Mariah Carey, I'm actually hitting some next level inhumane note. And I was like, wait, I got my family in. I was like, Dad, come watch this. I was like, you're so talented.
So.
Do you miss singing, or do you just do it all the time?
Yeah, I've just started getting back into it, so.
And one day there will be an album.
Maybe.
You like songwriting as well, don't you? Buzz off that. I wish I was talented like that. Like, honestly, I feel like, but I'm good at dancing and stuff like that, but I wish like I actually could just sit down, write a song and know exactly, because I don't get it, how people can write a song and know in their head how it's going to sound.
I don't get it.
Yeah, but you do it.
But yeah, like I genuinely am like, every time I write a song, I'm like, well, this is the last song I'm ever going to write because I don't know how I did that. Like, it fully just, like, It was a fluke. And then I start writing a song again, I'm like, oh, okay, this is the last song I'm ever going to write because I can't write another song.
Do you know what I also think is mad? That people write songs about things they've never been through and actually can feel it. Like, it's so strange. I said that to my fiance, sorry. I said that to him, I was like, people have that much empathy that they can just actually feel heartbreak and be emotive about it and write it down on a piece of paper, but they've never been through it. And I'm like, that is like proper emotion, don't you think?
I mean, I write so many heartbreak songs. I've never had
a heartbreak.
Nah.
Yeah, because
it terrifies me though.
Your boyfriend is your first boyfriend.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, that leads me on to what the topic is today. So the topic of this podcast is going to be relationships. So make sure you subscribe on your app of choice because, Huns, you can get involved with this podcast, and you do get involved later on. So I'll show you. If you go onto Instagram at Getting Lippy with, then you can see exactly how to get involved with future podcasts. And later on, I mean, I know if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to see, but we have a little pink phone here. How cute is that? And we can like pretend that they're calling.
I love that.
So it's like the Hun hotline. Do you know what I mean? It's actually really cute. So funny. Okay, so you've sent us in some questions, but I'm glad we're talking about relationships because I feel like the first, like when we went and caught up. When we went and caught up at Sticks and Sushi, yeah. All we spoke about for like 3 hours was just relationships.
Yeah, it's true.
I was like, this is what's happened to me. Tell me what's happened to you.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. I was like, oh my goodness.
That was literally all we spoke about.
And you're so like loved up and happy, and it's just amazing. And that's what we want. That's what we want. Like happiness. Do you know what I mean? You're the same though, aren't you? Like love.
Yeah.
But you're scared.
Everyone does.
But you're scared of being hurt. Everyone is.
I don't know, because I've not experienced it, so I'm
then you're fine, yeah. It's like the first birth, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You're like, my mum said, you go into it like, I just want to get this baby out of me, and then you're like, 72 hours later, epidural later, my mum was like, I'm never doing that again, and then does it 3 more times.
Yeah.
I feel like we just don't care. And I actually will say this one thing about women, and men, but I just feel like I can speak as a woman myself. I'm a woman now, thanks.
Oh, damn.
oh. But I feel like as a woman, we can actually go through so much and we can pick ourselves back up from it.
Bounce back,
Like, do you feel like you've been through stuff and then just been like, actually, I didn't think I could get through it and I did?
I feel like I do it quite quickly though. Like, it often makes me feel like I don't care about things because I'm like really like distraught for maybe like a day and then I'm like, no.
Really?
Absolutely not, yeah.
You can just think and go, actually, no thanks. I love that about you.
I'm quite good at switching it off.
Yeah, we're different in that sense. I feel like I I can get over things quick, but then I also think about it a lot, and I'm like, it makes me sad for a while.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could just rip it off like a bag.
Yeah, once it's gone, it's gone.
Band-Aid.
I noticed that, but I was like, I would probably say the same, because that's just what people
Plaster,
say.
yeah,
Sounds
but
weird.
it does. Rip it off like a plaster.
Not fun.
We need like little pink Hello Kitty plasters. That's what I used to want when I was younger. My parents never got me it.
Oh,
I don't know, I had a bad childhood. No, I'm joking, I had a lovely childhood. Okay, so we should probably go into the questions. So that's going to be like very exciting. So we'll go to the first question now. And are you excited?
I'm nervous. I don't know
you don't
why.
need to be nervous for
I'm
anything.
nervous.
Oh my god, don't be nervous. It's me. I can talk for England.
I know.
You can just sit there and chill if you want. No, don't actually sit there and chill.
You imagine I'm saying like,
Is that the 13? Yeah, that is the 13, isn't it? Yeah, that's one thing we realised about each other. We both got the same lucky number, 13. Love that from you. Okay, let's go to the first question. Whee!
Hello, honeys. You have reached Hun Hotline. Please leave your message after the tone.
Hi Imogen, my question is, how do you get the confidence to talk to someone you like? Because there's someone that I really like, but I just have no confidence at all to like talk to him, and I just want your advice on like what to do about that.
Oh my god, I actually love you. You're so sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for your question. I feel like I don't know that now, because I feel like I'm so in a relationship that I'm like, how do you go up and talk to someone? Because you've got to be quite confident, haven't you? Like, I feel like you've got to have that, like, I don't know. If I'm honest, I would say you're going to have to just fake it until you make it. Like, if you want to, don't you think?
100%.
Like, if you want to speak to him, you're only going to find out if he likes you if you speak to him.
And don't speak to him with the intention of like, oh, I hope he likes me. Just just to like see what he's like.
Yeah.
And, like,
just have a chat.
Yeah.
Just like go over to him and just be like, don't put loads of pressure on yourself and be like, oh my god, I have to speak to him and tell him I like him. No, you don't. You just want to get to know him and like put the feelers out there. Because otherwise, put the feelers. We're doing a little motion, like a swimming motion. Yeah, I feel like when I was younger, I feel like I was so unfazed by it. I was like, they're gonna like me. Like, I was so naive to it. I was so naive to it that actually not everyone likes everyone, but that's okay. So I feel like if you didn't go up and speak to him, you'd constantly be thinking to yourself, am I ever gonna know?
Literally.
Do you know what I mean?
And also the worst that's gonna happen, it's like, oh, he's just not that interested. That really isn't the end of the world. Like, trust me.
Yeah, I know.
The amount of times you're like, I'm gonna say you, and then like a week later you're like,
oh my
what is wrong with me? Like, what?
It's like clothes. I look back at clothes a week ago and I'm like, are you okay?
That's exactly it. Like, everyone has a phase in their life they look back at themselves and they're like, what was I thinking? You'll think exactly the same with people as well. Like, it's
either going to happen or it's not. And I feel like you can't put pressure on it. Like, just tell yourself that you've got nothing to lose. It's like that Dr. Pepper advert. Do you remember them? He'd like drink the Dr. Pepper before he'd go and ask a girl out. Maybe have a bottle of... Maybe
have Dr. Pepper.
No, do you never remember those adverts? Okay, I'm really showing my age now. I really remember the adverts where he'd like be like, drink a Dr. Pepper, and then he'd have this confidence. But don't drink a Dr. Pepper because it might make you a bit like buzzing, you know, really excited. Maybe don't do that. But anyway... Yes, I'll change the subject very quickly. But, I mean, as in, you just need to think to yourself, what is the worst? That's it. What's the worst that can happen? That was the part of the advert. Yeah, sorry, but it was.
Full circle.
You know my brain just goes off on tangents. But I feel like you just need to think to yourself, what is actually the worst that can happen?
Yeah, literally.
Like, if you don't get on, you don't like vibe off each other, then it's okay. It's just another one that you just tick off and go, okay, see you later, hon.
Yeah.
And you never know what's around the corner. Like, I always think that. Like, I look back at previous relationships and I'm like, when they broke down, I genuinely believed, it's like friendships, it's like anything. You think it's the worst thing in the world, don't you? You're like, oh my goodness, like, I thought that was going to be the person I marry or whatever. Now I look back and I'm like, thank the good heaven upstairs for blessing me with my fiancé now. Because I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, thank God it didn't work out with them because it was meant to work out with him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I know
it's the way.
And I know it's different because I'm probably speaking as an older person and I don't know how old you are, but I just think that you've got to put yourself out there for anything. It's like things you do, like you go to auditions and stuff like that, don't you? Like you go, not auditions, but like...
I was like, do I?
Not auditions, but like you put yourself out there, you do like... You do like filming things and stuff like that, don't you?
Yeah.
So I think that when you put yourself out there, you're kind of... Like we were talking about it the other day on the voice note, weren't we? Like, in this industry, things come and go all the time.
You just have to do it, and at the end of the day, like you said, what's the worst that's going to happen? The worst thing that's going to happen, you won't remember in a year.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
you just got well comfy in the space of 20 seconds.
I know, Angel, I've got to have a pillow on my lap. Sorry, it's too much. I know, it's really strange. Like, I used to look at my mum when I was younger and be like, why have you got a pillow on your lap at dinner? And now I am my mother.
You've got to have that pillow.
I picked up my mug the other day to drink my tea, and I was like, my mum like holds the mug and then she goes in with the other hand and like sips it like it's like a flask. And I did that. I was like, put your cup of tea down. You are your mother. I love my mum, but you know,
don't want to be her.
I'm Imogen. I'm Imogen. Technically half my mum and half my dad. But yeah, I wish you all the best of luck. Go and be yourself and don't put any pressure on it, and just, like, it's life. Life comes and goes, things come and go, relationships come and go, and your path, I actually believe this, I know this sounds really silly, but I actually believe whatever you're meant to do, wherever you're meant to be, like, if someone said to you, you're going to be a YouTuber, like, years and years ago, would you be like, what?
Yeah. I've just been like,
yeah, all right.
Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that whatever your life is meant to be, like, your path, and I'm sure, like, when you first started YouTube, if someone said, oh, you're going to be with Simon, you'd be like, oh, no.
Didn't even know who he was.
Exactly, exactly. And life just has a funny way of just merging paths, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, and it's only later when you're like, oh, like, that was meant to happen. Like, oh, I get it now.
Like, we first met a while ago. Actually, like 2 years ago. Like, at the beginning when you were doing beauty, I was, trying to do beauty, attempting to try and do a eyeliner, but actually have like a night tick. But we met ages ago, and then we only became like close from like a couple of months ago, really. Do you know what I mean? And now I'm like, we stand, Talia, like she's unreal. I've never met a person who like, that you're so lovely, and there's no like, you don't look at things and think, oh, I'm going to get this out of that or whatever. You're just a nice person.
Thanks.
You'd like...
Take it.
Yeah, take it.
Oh, well,
run with it. Don't actually run.
Just bye.
See ya. Thanks for the compliment. Okay, next question.
Hi, Imogen. What are the 3 key things you think that makes a good relationship?
Thank you for your question. I love talking about relationships. I just feel like comfortable in this.
Yeah,
I'm like, what do you think?
It makes me proper think though.
Yeah,
I mean, communication for me is just like
100%.
It's such a cliche, but it's so true.
It's so true. If you don't feel like you can communicate with that person, then you're kind of, what's your relationship?
What is the point?
Yeah.
Like, literally, what is the point of them if you can't like talk to them?
And do you feel like in your relationship and just in general, I feel like relationships progress over time, and you're like, I'm so much happier now.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, you're a bit like, can I communicate this to them? Because I don't want to lose them or push them away or be too intense.
Yeah. And then you get to the point where you can say anything and you're like, oh god, I probably shouldn't have said that. But it's fine.
I'm about to tell you.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Communication is key in anything.
Oh yeah.
Friendships, like
literally everything.
That's one thing I think you should be able to, like, that's when you know you're close with someone, if you can say to them, this is how I'm feeling.
Didn't like this.
Yeah.
This was great.
And women and men are so different. Like, we are.
Oh yeah.
So like what we get upset about might not affect them. And what they might get annoyed about probably wouldn't affect us.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, don't you think?
Oh my god,
I know.
So true.
Like you look at it and you're like, oh my goodness, if I did that, if I did that, I wouldn't be bothered about it. But they are bothered about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the thing is, sometimes it's really difficult, I think, we were talking about this earlier, like having empathy in a relationship is so important. Like,
oh yeah.
But I think that maybe is part of communication, like knowing that you can speak to someone and be like, they're my team.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes not teams, because you have a little fight, fine, it's fine. Sometimes I'm in the red, sometimes he's in the blue. But that is all part of like growing.
I was about to say, I feel like you need them. Like you need to have a little spat every now and again. Otherwise it's just like, okay,
the same.
Cool. Yeah, oh yeah, same, yeah.
And you don't want someone that you feel like you're walking all over. You want them to have a backbone and be like, no, I'm about to tell you, Talia, like...
Yeah. Don't you do that.
Don't you
I don't know what
leave
I've done
your
here.
towel on the floor.
Yeah. That'd be really weird.
No, I know.
Go around
I just couldn't
and
think of something. I was like, I couldn't think of anything. Couldn't think of anything that he'd ever go at you about. But I mean, as in like... I think that you have to have a little disagreement. So you grow from it because you're like, oh right, okay, I realise you don't like that now.
Yeah.
So communicate everything.
Literally.
Everything. Like I think maybe I'm a really communicative. What is it? person. So I like to communicate a lot. But when I first met my fiance, he was like, let's brush it under the carpet. Like if we'd have something, he'd be like, no, let's just leave it.
Yeah, like it's fine.
Yeah. And he'd be like, even if we'd have an argument, he'd be like, okay, it's fine, like it's forgotten now. And I'm like, I like to have like a beginning, a middle, and a conclusion. Like
I'm the same. I feel like that's a girl thing. Like if I in an argument, I want the lead up, I want the argument, and then I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, I want the sorries and the cuddle and the kiss, and then I'm done. Like I literally just want sorry, and me say sorry, and then we cuddle, big cuddle, and then we go, okay, fine.
It's all good now.
It's all good now.
Yeah.
And then it gets forgotten about.
There's no point being like, rah, and then just kind of leaving it. It's like, we've kind of just got annoyed, but we don't know what was happening. Yeah.
And then I think that's not healthy because then it comes up.
Yeah.
Like later on, like 2 months later, you're like, and you did this.
It's like, whoa. What do you mean? We've already spoken about this. It's like, well, we didn't really, so I can bring up now.
We didn't have the conclusion that Imogen and Talia needs. Okay, and what else do I think? Oh, loyalty. That's a massive thing for me. Like in a relationship, friendship, like I think that loyalty is the most important thing. Like not just loyalty, like not cheating. Obviously, that's just a standard.
Don't do that.
No, please don't. But I mean, as in like loyalty, as in like you've got my back. Like if I'm upset about something, whether it's tiny, minuscule, stupid stuff, I want to know that you're there and you're loyal to me. Like I'm not going to say any names, but someone I know, their partner, he'll like throw her under the bus. And she's like, she openly admits it. She's like, I don't feel like, let's say, I don't know, can I explain it without saying who it is? Okay. Let's say they have an argument.
Yeah.
And he'll go to me and be like, say something about her. And I'm like, whoa, that's my friend.
Yeah.
Like that's someone I'm close to. Don't think that you can cross that line.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Even if she's wrong, I'm backing her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like she's my friend, you're not. You're just her partner. I just like she's wrong, but it's fine. She's right in my head. But I just think loyalty is so important. Like back me.
Yeah.
Back me because I back the person I love. If you're a friend, a boyfriend, a partner, whatever, my family. Even if there's someone like, I don't know, sometimes I can be a bit funny. Like I think I back my family and my friends more than I back myself. Like I remember once we were walking down the street and my older brother, he's really like, he's so cool and he's so in touch with himself. Like he doesn't care what anyone thinks. Yeah. And that's like something so amazing to me because I'm like, wow, you really just don't care. And we were in Brighton. He was wearing this really big, oversized Calgary Flames, he's gonna be like ice hockey jersey. Anyway, this couple walked past this couple and they were like laughing at him or something. And I was like, do you want to say it to his face? I got really ratchet. I got really ratchet and I was like, it was this inner like I need to protect
fire,
him. Yeah, and he was like 3 years older than me. He's a man. He doesn't care. He was like, Mills, leave it. Imogen, leave it. He was like, just leave it. And I was like, I can't leave it because you're like, I don't want anyone to ever be horrible to you. Yeah. But I sometimes should leave it.
Yeah. Maybe, probably.
But I just back someone. You're the same, I reckon.
Yeah.
100%.
I am. Although I feel like I like to also be checked. Like if I start doing something and it's like, tell me if I'm.
Do you?
Yeah.
You like someone to be really honest with you?
Yeah. Because every now and again I do something and I'm like, I feel like someone should have told me not to do that.
Really?
Like, I probably made a mistake there.
Because you're quite impulsive, aren't you? You just think and do something.
I am so unbelievably impulsive, it's terrifying.
Really?
It's terrifying.
I'm the opposite.
Terrifying.
I overanalyze everything and I'm like, really? Just don't think through it?
I mean, I do a brief, like 2-minute think and then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
But you don't regret anything because you're like, I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I think you're so chilled compared to me.
Yeah, I'm incredibly like...
Does Simon say that? Are you
He'd be like, she's not chill, she's so uptight. I'm just like, yeah, I'm so chill. And he's just like, alright, I've got something to say about that.
But actually, you can't.
Yeah, I'm chilled in some aspects.
I won't even say I'm chilled. I'm chilled in the sense that things that bother, like, stereotypical girls and boys, like leaving the toilet seat up and whatever, things like that, it doesn't bother me. I'm like, listen, I love you, do whatever you want. Like, we both live together, whatever. I don't care about things like that. But I'm not chilled. I will not say I'm chilled. I won't sit here and be like, I'm chilled. Like, things... I can be like, no, I'm not going to take this.
No. Yeah, see, I'm chilled when it's just me. As in, like, in my own like life, my own choices, I'm like, I'll do, what's the worst going to happen? Like, it comes crashing down. I'll do something else. But, like, if it involves someone else, then I freak out a bit more because I'm like, like it won't affect, like it doesn't just affect me, then
it affects someone else. Yeah. I wish I was more like that though, because I think then I wouldn't worry so much, because I worry about everything. I think that I would rather be in your head than be in mine.
Yeah, I don't worry about anything.
That's so nice.
Sometimes it's bad though.
No, I think that's so nice. I think that's a much better way to live than like constantly worry, but I can't get out of it. It's just my head. It's my head. But I did actually say to my partner, I was like, listen, you need to, like you said, I need you to come back to me. Like, I'm not perfect. I know that. No. Like, I know that I make mistakes. I know that I'm annoying. I know that I'm stubborn. I know I'm these things. Do you know what I mean? So I need you to say to me, listen, I'm not having this. Because I think at the beginning he was very much like, sorry, and we sorted it out like that. Yeah. But it wasn't right, because I was probably wrong. Yeah. I was probably wrong, but I need you to say.
Oh yeah, no, Simon definitely tells me when I'm wrong. He's like, no, Talia, you need to...
Really? See, that's what he's like now. Yeah, so my partner is like that now.
Oh, you know.
But before he wasn't.
Simon from the get-go.
Really?
Not sure about that.
But I love that.
Yeah.
You respect them more as a person, because you're like, now you're a man, you can tell me what's what. Yeah. I'm not going to walk all over you like you're a doormat. No. But sometimes we can if you don't check us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you don't realise you're doing it.
No.
It's happened before in friendships, so it's like you naturally, it's like, it's a human instinct to just not take advantage, but as in
get comfortable,
take the upper hand when it's no one's taking it. So if you're not sharing it, someone has to naturally gravitate towards it, and it's not fun. You're like, I feel like I would say like, oh, let's do this, and like, yeah. And it's like, if you don't want to do it, tell me. If you want to do something else, tell me. Otherwise, what is this?
It's just a one-sided thing.
Yeah, so
I do feel like though, when I'm stubborn, it is really hard. Like, I think relationships teach you so much. Like, they teach you so much about yourself, and I think that it's definitely taught me how stubborn I am, and that I need to apologise quicker and let things drop quicker. Because sometimes it can like bug me that we've argued, and I'm like, oh my goodness, we've argued, and it makes me sad. But he's like, it's done now. Like, let it go. And I'm like, okay, fine.
See, me and Simon are both the most stubborn people you'll ever meet in your life.
So who backs down quicker normally?
Me. Because as long as I've said my piece, I can then just go, done now. It's fine. Like,
okay.
It's like when he's like, hold on a minute, you just had said everything and now you're letting it go. No. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, it's fine. He's like, no, you just said everything and you're now just letting me win. And I'm like, don't know what else you want me to do.
I think arguments are so much better though when you're around that person. Like, they can just be ended when you're around them, because you kind of go in your mood or whatever, and then you're done. But when you're not with them, you're texting or it's a phone call battle. No. I'm like, I just need to see you, cuddle it out, kiss it out, we're done. I'm so cringe, I really apologise. We didn't even come up with 3 things. Okay, what? Communication, loyalty, and one more.
There's so many things. I'm like, what's
3 things
most important?
Honesty, but that's the same as communication, I guess. But honesty and openness. Yeah. Like, being able to be like, listen, you're not going to like
tell
this.
Tell the truth, yeah. Just,
but I need to tell you
this.
There's
no point not.
Yeah. I think, especially with like Instagram and things like that and social media, I've learned so much to be open with my partner. I just went to say his name. I want to be so open with him, because it's only fair. Like, if someone slides into my DMs, I'm going to show him. And I remember once it was really horrible, because it was someone that slid into my DMs that he actually looks up to and like actually likes, and it was so horrible for me to be like, by the way, this person can see I'm with you and can see I have a relationship because I show everyone. And I was like, and it's really horrible for him, because it's like, he likes that person and looks up to that person and watches that person do stuff, and I'm like, and I'm like, that's a really sad thing that I had to tell you. But you have to be like, I can tell you this, like, you have to know that they're not gonna leave you for it. Like, obviously he wouldn't, but I mean, you don't want to be in a relationship where you make them scared to tell you something.
It makes you feel like I had someone, like a friend of mine who messaged me something that was just like, you know, it's just like
weird. It's off.
It felt like crossing the line slightly, and immediately I was like, I feel uncomfortable. Like, because otherwise you've done nothing, and it's like I feel
dirty,
like, gross, because someone else has said something to me, but because I know them, it's like my responsibility to be like, look, by the way, like, what's happening? I don't like it. Like, please.
I think that's so true, and especially like, you two both do the same job. You both need to like be open and honest about that, because you know, people try and ruin people's happiness sometimes.
They really do. It's really weird. It's a very odd hobby to have.
It's a very sad thing. It's a very sad thing. I think that's why I didn't put my relationship out there so early on and hid it for a long time, because I was like, oh my god, people. And also it was me trying to see if it was going to go anywhere, and I wanted that stability, because I felt like I worry so much, like if I put something out there and then it falls apart, God, everyone's going to be asking me about it 24/7. You know, like that was a big fear of mine. Like, oh my goodness, what if we broke up and then everyone would be going to me every day?
Same.
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And then I'd be like, oh my God, my heart is breaking every single time you ask me.
Yeah.
So I think that now I just feel a lot more comfortable to be like, he's my stability. We've got each other. We're open, honest, and we've got to a good point. You know, people argue. I'm not saying we're the perfect relationship. I never want anyone to think that. Because I think that if you put that out there, that you're this
dangerous.
It's
Yeah,
dangerous.
It's so dangerous.
I wouldn't want young girls or young boys to be looking at it going, that's the relationship I need, because social media isn't 100% of your life.
Smoke and mirrors.
Very true. Mm-hmm. Very true. Well, there you go. That was
12 things.
That was 71 things you need in a row. Okay, next question.
Hi Imogen, I love your first podcast. I just wanted your advice on long-term relationships, as I can find it difficult to maintain my confidence in myself as an individual.
Thank you for your question. I actually really like that question because I feel like that's something we can really just talk about.
Yeah.
I think that it's really easy to lose yourself in a long-term relationship just because you become kind of not half a person, but you're kind of looking after, like,
you become somewhat dependent.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And I think that we fear being dependent so much because we think, oh my goodness, if it ever came to the point where you're not together anymore or something like that, God forbid, your independence is like all you've got.
Yeah.
And that's something I really struggled with at the beginning. I was like, I can't give you my independence. I've been single for 5 years. I gave away my independence before. You can't have it. And I built up so many barriers, and I wasn't very, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't actually very nice. Like, I wasn't myself.
Yeah.
I had witnessed a lot of things where I worked in a club in London. I saw men just cheat on their wives. They'd come in, they'd take their wedding rings off, and I was like, wow, am I ever going to find someone?
Yeah.
And giving my independence away, he was like, Imogen, you're going to have to depend on me one day because, you know, I want to be with you. I'm not going anywhere. And he stayed put. Like, for months, I kept him so at a distance. Like, I would tell everyone I didn't really like him, but I knew deep down I did. And, like, I think that, I know this is going off topic, but I just think that it's not a bad thing to be dependent.
Yeah, no, I think that is true.
Like, I'm sure you probably feel like that. You feel like there's a level of you because you've given your heart to someone. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you have. Like, your heart is his, essentially, and his heart is yours. And I think that you have to kind of be okay to do that, but then also know that you're still Talia and I'm still Imogen. Like, if anything happened, God forbid, you'd be able to pick yourself up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you would.
I think it's important to have something that, like, because also we have, like, the same job. So it's very easy to be like, everything we do is like, all of our friends are the same, all of our, like, but things like singing and stuff like that, or just even like living alone, like that was one of the reasons I was so excited about, like, literally being completely by myself. So I'm like, I know 100% in my head, like, I am independent, even though I may depend on someone for, like, comfort, I'm not depending on them for happiness.
No.
There's a difference.
Yeah. I love that. I really respect that. I really respect that because I actually can go back to a time where I was living on my own. I had no boyfriend or anything. And I look back at those 5 years where I was on my own and I actually had to prove to myself. Like, I know it sounds silly, but I was in such a long-term relationship so early on. I moved out at 17, 18. I grew up too quickly. I think that those 5 years were me proving to myself, like, you don't need a man, but you would like one.
Yeah.
Because it's not about needing someone. It's about knowing that it's nice to have someone in your life.
See, I'd never been with anyone, so I was literally just like,
you didn't know what you were missing.
I was good. I was like, I don't need no man. I didn't want anyone. I was literally like, I do not want to be with anyone because I was so obsessed with, like, I just want to constantly work. And then obviously when I met Simon, I was like, oh, okay, hi.
Yeah, hi, I like cuddles. It's Talia and I'm going to be dependent. No, I'm joking. But I think it's so important to, like what Talia said, have your own thing as well. Like, have your own thing, whether it's, you know, going out to the gym. I mean, I don't know what that's like. I don't go to the gym. But I mean, as in, like, doing something for yourself, like you have singing.
Yeah.
You know, my thing is probably, I love music so much. I know it sounds so weird, but, like, listening to music really loud, it's probably bad for my ears.
Probably,
like,
definitely.
I actually had, like, I get goosebumps all over my body and I'm like, oh my God, music does. I'm like planning routines in my head, like dance routines, and I'm like, it makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And that's my, like, thing. And also, like, I guess I look after myself. Like, I think sometimes it's easy to get into a relationship and be like, I can be in trackies all the time.
Yeah.
He loves me however. And it's true. It's fine to do that. Like, you can, I feel so comfortable to not wear makeup or anything like that, and makeup doesn't make me feel beautiful, but I like playing with makeup and I like making myself feel like sexy. Like sometimes like he sees me so much, like we live together, he sees me so much in my pajamas and all those things, but then sometimes it's nice for date night to be like, okay, I'm going to put a red lip, I'm going to put some false lashes on and feel, you know, a different person. I think that's why I love makeup so much. You can literally make yourself feel like a different person.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I think also, like, when people are always like, oh, when you let yourself go, it's like, well, surely that means then before you were only doing that stuff to get someone else. It's like, well, no, you were originally doing that for yourself, so why would you stop that?
Yeah, very true. Never thought of that.
I know. I'm a wise one.
My wise princess on the left. So cute. You are wise.
Thanks.
You are. You're younger than me, but you're wise. I'd like to come to you for advice. You know, because sometimes you need to chill me out. That's what. Just calm me down. Say, Imogen, shut up.
In primary school, I used to do like an advice corner, and like if anyone in my class had like issues, I'd sit down and like.
So Hun Hotline is perfect
I
for you.
fully was like a counsellor at like 7 for like my 7-year-old friends would be like, oh, I don't know what to do about this, and I'm like, right, we'll sit down, we'll talk it through. Like, I don't know why.
I think you're really like that
really
because
weird.
you're calming. You're calming.
I'll take it.
I do tell you a lot of stuff. I do actually. I'm like.
People always say, they're like, I don't know why I told you that. Like I barely know them. They're like, I fully just told you my whole life story and it just came out. And I'm like,
you know, like I think you just meet someone. You're like, I feel comfortable to be open and honest with you. And there's just people you meet like that. You don't meet them all the time. So I think grab onto them. They can be your Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah.
Okay, yeah. So I just think maybe just looking after yourself, knowing that you are in a relationship, it doesn't make you a different person. No. You're still the same person that you always were, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship. So I just feel like you don't lose yourself because you maintain your own. You can still be independent but dependent.
Yeah, like, just don't seek validation from someone else. Validation has to come from like you. If you like need someone else to tell you look good, to feel good, you need to work on that.
I did when I was younger. I really did. Like I needed to be in a relationship. When I came out of one long-term one, I jumped straight into 3 weeks later into another one. Wow. 3 weeks later into another relationship. Girl. I didn't even know this boy really, and I was like, I need a boyfriend. I was so needy, and I think that was my insecurity. Like I needed a man to tell me I was pretty. I needed a man to make me feel like, okay, we can go and do stuff together. Yeah. So being on my own for 5 years, I promise you, it was the best thing. Obviously now it's the best thing. Being in a relationship, being happy. But it was the best thing for me. I learned that I can go to dinner on my own. I can go to cinema on my own. I can do whatever I want on my own. I don't need anyone, but I wanted someone then. Like, eventually.
Yeah.
Like, eventually after him persisting me and me actually breaking my walls down. Like, honestly, that's why I love him so much now, because I respect him so much, because I'm like, if I was you, I would have legged it. I would have been like, this girl is never going to love me. Yeah. Like, I said to him, I was like, he used to say to me, I love you, and I'd be like, no. I was so cold. Can you imagine that of me? Because I'm not like that at all. No. But I said to him, if you do stay around, when I love you, I'll love you more than I've ever loved anything in my life. And I do. So I think that, you know, that's maybe why I respect him so much, because he cracked those walls.
Damn, girl.
Damn, he broke
for it.
Thank you for your question.
Ooh, nice little bit of a bra at the end.
Hi, Imogen. So my boyfriend is still friends with his ex and they still text and stuff, and it's nothing flirty, it's all just friendly, but obviously it's still his ex, so it's still a bit uncomfortable and I'm not really sure what to do about it. So I would love to know what you think. That would be great. So yeah, thank you, love you, bye.
Thank you for your question, Angel, by the way, and thanks for opening up to us.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
I feel like first is like, it's hard when we don't know the whole situation, because obviously how long they were together, like how deep the relationship was, all that obviously makes a difference. Yeah. But I don't know, I feel like it's never that necessary, like, to message someone.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
if I don't want to talk to someone, I won't talk to them.
Yeah. I think to myself, like, okay, yeah, we don't know how long they were together or anything like that, but for me, I'm going to be honest, for myself, like, this is me being, you know, brutally honest. I just want to tell you how I would. Yeah. I wouldn't like it personally, knowing that my boyfriend is texting someone he'd kissed or been intimate with. It would make me feel uneasy. Not because I think that he would go and cheat on me. I'm sure that your boyfriend's not like that at all, and he's not thinking like that. But also,
it's just unnecessary.
It's just unnecessary. I don't think they need to be friends. I'm sure he's got loads of friends, and he's got you as a friend as well. So I think that maybe you should just talk to him about it and be like,
oh, 100%. If he doesn't know, you need to tell him.
Like, yeah, you need to be honest.
And I feel like
Oh, someone's beeping outside. Thank you very much.
She might be like a mutual friend in the group, and in that instance, obviously, like they can't not be friends, which is fine. But again, like I don't know, you just don't need to text them all like the time. Yeah. Like if it's an occasional, like I don't even know why you going out this,
or like if they've got mutual friends or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like. Even if you were to say, like, oh, are you going to be there? Like, why do you need to know?
Yeah.
You'll see when you get there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you need to be open
and honest with
him.
I feel like if he doesn't actually care that much about her in that kind of way, he'll be like, I'm really sorry, didn't really realise.
Because you're essentially his priority. You have to be.
Yeah.
Like, as his girlfriend, you have to be his priority over, you know, another girl who's his friend.
Yeah, the more I'm talking about it, the more, like...
No, I'm sorry, like, it annoys me a little bit. Like, I'll speak to him. Put him on the hotline. I'm joking.
What was up?
But I'm sure... Yeah, hello? All right, hon? Sorry, I've got to tell you. I think that he would be really understanding. If you've already told him and he's not been understanding, then maybe just talk to him again and just be like, listen, I do trust you. I just don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, it's not lack of trust. It's just it's literally he does not need to speak to her. So the fact that he wants to, it's more a concern that he would want to. That would be my thinking.
And do you think maybe he's just messaging her back because he feels bad for her? Like, does she still...
That's also it.
Yeah.
Is he texting her or is he replying to her? Yeah. The difference.
Oh yeah, is he actually initiating
If he's instigating conversations, a bit odd. If she's being like, oh hey, how are you? And he's like, yeah, I'm alright. Like, how are you? Maybe he should pick up a conversation and be like, we don't need to talk like this.
And would he like it if you were doing it? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you had an ex, and I don't know how long they were together for or whatever, but would he like it? Because I'm pretty sure he probably wouldn't.
Yeah, most people...
I think people would find it a bit uncomfortable. Like, you know, the past is the past for a reason. Yeah. And I just think, you know... things get left and things get let go.
You just don't need to. I don't have an ex, it's difficult to tell, but like, and neither does Simon.
So nice. Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, so I find it difficult to try and picture what
it would be like.
It would be like for him to be messaging someone he was like in love with, or because it's just there is no one. But I would be a bit like, maybe not.
That's one thing that, so I really like, well, when I first met my partner, he was really not open about his previous, not open. Yeah. He would tell me if I asked him, but he said from the get-go, he was like, listen, I want to make it work with you. I don't need to speak about my past. Yeah. You knowing about my ex-girlfriend isn't going to change how we are. He was very much like, I don't want to know about your exes, and I don't think you need to know about mine, because we are now starting afresh. We're building a relationship. Yeah. And I respected that, because I was like, actually, you don't need to talk about the past. No. Like, the past is the past for a reason. And my mum always says to me, like, bury the past or the past will bury you. And it's so true. Like, you need to let those things go. Like, yeah, okay, they happened. Yeah. They made you who you are now.
If there's something massively significant that you need to know, then
if you had a kid.
Yeah. But, like, if it's a case of, okay, I was with someone for a year and then we broke up, it's like, why did you need to go into detail? Or we went on this date, or this.
Because then your head will start
you then picture it, and it's like...
it's not nice.
It's like telling someone what you ate for breakfast every day of every... Like, you just don't... It doesn't matter.
You're both virgins when you meet, so no one else has got involved. You know what I mean? That's how... We literally said that. We were like, nice to meet you, I'm Imogen, I'm a virgin. And he was the same. Like, we were like, that's it. Nothing, no one, you've never kissed anyone. Like, because I just feel like it's so much nicer to just have that fresh start. Yeah. Like, we both had long-term relationships and whatever, but he doesn't need to know about why the relationship broke down, all those things, unless, you know... I did something really bad.
Yeah, or unless it feels important to you.
Yeah. Which... I did ask him when I first met him, I was like, have you ever cheated on someone? He was like, and I know that sounds silly because, you know, I probably don't need to know that, but in actual fact, I did. I just wanted to know. He was like, no, never. And it just made me feel like...
You should need
I needed
that
to know that. Yeah. I know that sounds weird, but if he had, I probably wouldn't have pursued anything. Yeah. That's just me.
It's also because it would play in your mind.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for your question. I hope you get that sorted and let us know. Yeah. Let us actually know. Send us in a little thing and say if you sorted it out and if he was really nice about it. Don't want to cause any arguments. No. Just go in calm and be like, this is how I feel.
Not a fan.
Apparently, you're meant to say it like this. You're meant to say, this is how I feel. This is what you're doing that makes me feel like that. And I would like it to change. Apparently, you're meant to say it like that. I never say it like that.
I'm like, I don't want to. Scream.
Hi Imogen, congratulations on your new podcast. I loved the first episode, it was amazing. My question is, what would your advice be for someone who's in a long-term relationship and kind of feels like it's fizzled out a bit and there's no spark anymore? That's currently happening to me, so I just love your advice. Congratulations on everything. You're doing so well. I've followed your channel since the very beginning and I'm just so proud of you.
Oh my God, that's actually really sad.
Yeah.
That's actually made us sad because I feel like no one wants their relationship to fizzle out at all.
That's like a fear, like a genuine fear. I think it's important, like you go on like date nights and stuff.
Yeah.
You did an Instagram story literally the other day.
Mum and Dad out for date night, love you.
Yeah, you were literally like, and you were both like, so important. And he's just there like, it is true though, things like that are so important. Like,
well, we live together, so it's like, I guess you have that difference because you get to go and see each other and it's like you miss each other. But I said to him, I was like, we need to have that date night where I go in the lounge and get ready and then we come and see each other, because it's like you get that relationship fizz back in a way, because not that we fizzled out or anything like
just
that.
Just the excitement of like, oh, I get to see them, even though you've already seen them, it's a different...
Exactly. And like that's why it's so important that you have your own thing, like you go to work, you do your own thing, because then you miss each other throughout the day. And I just think that I'm really sorry that you're having that, but I don't know how old you are and I don't know how long you've been with each other. I don't know if it's something you've spoken about yet, but I do think that maybe a little bit of space might help. And if it doesn't help, then you'll realise what you want.
Yeah, space is so important because it either tells you like, oh, I miss them, or like,
I don't actually miss them.
Oh, I don't miss them, and that's all you need to know. Like, missing someone is so important. Like, if you see them 24/7, then you have to find a way to like reinvent missing. Yeah, you become more friends in a relationship, and I think that maybe just say to him like, I love you. If that's how you feel, say to him, I love you, but at the moment I feel like we've got into this rut, and it's normal. Relationships do get into that. You get into this like dip where you're like, it's routine. It's routine, and you're becoming so comfortable around each other, and you're like, you love it, and then you're like, we actually need to branch out and do things. You know, because me and my partner, we could sit in our pajamas and just watch. I mean, we are the definition of Netflix and chill, but we could literally just watch Netflix all day and just enjoy each other and just chat and make dinner for each other and just love each other. And we could do that happily. However, I said to him that we do need to have date night and go out for dinner and all these things, because we will get old too quick. And not that I want to go out clubbing and do all those things, I don't care for that, but we need to do things that are our age so that we're like experiencing things, because one day we're going to have kids. You know, touch wood, we have kids and it's all good. So I think that then you settle down and do those things. It also just breaks up the week. Like, otherwise you do genuinely, it then becomes not chore, but it becomes like, oh, we're doing this because this is what we have to do, because it's what we do, rather than like because you want to do it. Yeah. And like, he's lucky, like he's got a designated driver in me. I'm like, let's go out clubbing because I will drive you home. Like, I don't drink, so I will always be the driver. And like, he doesn't really care for drinking either, but like, I think that it's just so important that you get that spark back by giving yourself space. If the space wasn't worth it, then you'll realise that, and it's actually a good thing. Like, I always think that. I'm like, don't waste time. Exactly. At least you'll know then. Like, you could be 20 years into a relationship and then be like, oh, Jesus Lord, I didn't realise it, but we've just been plateauing this whole time. Do you know what I mean? And I think if you realise it earlier, then it's better, and you can actually go out there and find the relationship for you. It's so much better to realise something bad than to just kind of not know it's there. So people are always like, oh, don't look for something negative. It's like, I'm not looking for it, but if it's there, you need to do the thing that's going to either tell you yes or no, rather than like step back, because it's scary. Yeah, and I think that if you want to save your relationship, I genuinely believe if you both want to, it will work. Oh yeah, 100%. But if it's on one side more and he thinks that it's not there or anything like that, then maybe you need to realise your worth, and you need to say to yourself, actually, I do deserve to be in a relationship where we both are in this 100%. So just have that chat with him. Let us know, because I love to know. I love to know. But I really feel sad that you're in this situation, because it's not a nice feeling for anyone. Yeah, to feel it's also just confusing. Like, I say this, I've not experienced it, but as in, like, I imagine just like, because you just don't, you feel, hello, London, we're in London. Come to get me. You feel like you've known something for so long, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, it's maybe not quite what I thought it was, so now I'm confused, and it's like, just need to figure it out. Yeah, I also think you need to assess whether you're in the relationship because it's all you've known, and you're in the relationship because of the time, and you said you've been in a long-term relationship. Sometimes we can be in relationships and think that's the only person out there for me, but it's not. No, it's genuinely not. I mean, if the relationship is just at a point where you just need to come out of that, it's a little dip and you'll come out of it, then that's fine. But also you need to realise what you want out of a relationship. What do you want? Is he giving you what you want? Like, is that something, you know, you're gonna
progress with and stay with forever. And I think that giving yourself time, you'll know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I felt quite wise then.
No, go on.
I thought you were looking at me like she's being wise.
I was taking it in. I was like, that's nice.
I can be wise sometimes. I think I'm alright for advice, but it's so easy to give advice, but you can't take it yourself sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I tell everyone not to worry about things. I'm like, listen, go and smash your life, be whoever you want to be, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes, I'm not going to lie to you, I have those days where I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm a failure.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah, like I put this podcast out, the first one, I was like, oh my goodness, no one's going to listen to it, everyone's going to think, what's she doing? Like, and you worry when it's something you care about, but I don't think it's bad to worry, because I'm like, do you know what, it's only because I care, it's only because I care, but it would help if I didn't worry.
That'd be nice.
Give me a bit more sleep, make me not have so many lines, you know, like, I'm getting old now, so thank you very much for the worries.
Lines.
Okay, cute. No, have you seen my forehead? I'm so expressive, it's a joke.
Oh, me.
But like, I'm never going to change. Like, my face, I mean, at my university, I won the most expressive face. That was my award for graduation, so thank you. And I actually thought to myself, oh, these girls are taking like most, I don't know, probably best looking or whatever. I was like, I want to be an actress. I think I'm winning.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm winning. Like, if I've got the most expressive face,
I'm done.
I'm winning. I definitely didn't win because I'm not acting right now. Here I am on YouTube. But still, I'm in front of the camera, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Chill. Not right now, but semi-am, kind of. If you watch us on YouTube, then sweet. But that is it. Thanks so much for your questions. Thank you so much, Talia, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I just get to sit and talk, which is what I like to do.
What we do.
Yeah.
Except without the sushi this time. The expensive sushi, might I add. It was expensive.
Sticks and sushi.
Because we were like, we're celebrating, let's just get everything. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please definitely subscribe on your app of choice. If you're listening to this on iTunes, if you're listening to this on Spotify, or watching this on YouTube, please definitely subscribe and keep up to date with everything Getting Lippy With over on our Instagram at Getting Lippy With, because you can send in your voice notes to the email, which is hello@gettinglippywith.com, as a voice note, and you'll find out what our topic is on Instagram, so you can stay tuned and find out, like, oh, this week they're talking about this, body confidence or something like that. So make sure you stay tuned and subscribe. I'd be so grateful. And also, I know this is a little bit annoying, but please could you like write a review? Like, I know it's a bit annoying, but if you can, like, just give it a couple of stars. Give it as many stars as you think. It's out of 5, so please give it 5. But just write a little review and just say if you enjoyed it or what you liked about it or what you didn't like about it. It's fine. Or maybe just keep that one to yourself. But it really helps. Like, apparently it's a good thing if people write reviews, because then people can get recommended. Then we can more people can listen and love life. Yeah. Because I feel like even though we only answer a couple of questions, they are quite broad and we talk about a lot. And it does help people.
Yeah. I
wish
feel like
I
most
had
people have the same
podcasts
questions.
when I was younger. Like, I wish I had something to listen to when I had worries. Because like when I was younger, it was just my mum I spoke to. Anyway, I'm going off onto another tangent. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm so grateful that Talia's been here, and I'm so grateful for anyone that's listening, so thank you. And yeah, okay, bye. Until next time, I'm going to love you and I'm going to leave you. Bye. Bye. Bye.